Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better. I better stop that, otherwise I'll get muted. I'll put this microphone down. Go down there, thank you, Mike. That's Mike, not Mike McCartney, Mike. Phone. Yes, I better mute that before I get taken off the air, and it's about time. Hello, thank you for watching this. My name is Dino Veshera. I'm a big Beatles and Paul McCartney fan. This is about McCartney. This is about collecting McCartney, which has never been cheap, and it never stops. You've got all the way from 1970 up to now 2022, which is a long and winding road. I know it's corny, but anyway, it's a long way to go, isn't it? So it's never cheap collecting McCartney. Some collect records, some just download, some like t-shirts, programs, magazines, tickets. There's so much to collect, and it's a massive world of McCartney. So I'm going to try and focus on some of the stuff I've got, because I can't show you stuff I haven't got, can I? I do have a Facebook page called Coming Up the World of Paul McCartney and the Beatles. Often I do quizzes, so you could join us. So it's called Coming Up on Facebook. We do Facebook Live. I host quizzes on Facebook Live on the Coming Up page. It's all good fun. You don't win anything, so that's really good. And you get to see me mess up and show you how much I don't know. So collecting Paul McCartney. Today I'm just focusing on one thing, and today I'm focusing on this, which is quite hard to get. Not a lot of people know of its existence, but you may have it. So this is what it is. It is the Paul McCartney, I can't even see what I'm doing, the birthday box. This came out in 1990, and it housed 6 CD singles. So it housed 6 CD singles. Let's show you the box and everything. It's a beautiful box. In there goes a little pin badge, and it was limited to 5,000. So it's just 5,000 of these made in the world. It was around the just after Paul had finished his incredibly successful world tour promoting Flowers in the Dirt. I don't know, I've done that because that's Wings. But what a tour, what an album. McCartney was back. He's been back a lot of times, hasn't he? But he likes to get back and back and back. So let's say this is the limited edition 6 CD single box set. It comes in a nice thick card box. I opened this before the video because they're quite stiff and hard to get off. These are. So there we go. There's actually nothing on the spines or the sides apart from there. I've got to stop doing this accent. So that says the B50 box. Okay, so that's the box. Just what it says on the box. But I've taken everything out. But inside, what you get is some beautiful stuff. So you get 6 CD singles, a beautiful sew-on patch, which is actually a 5-inch size. So it's the size of a normal CD single, showing Paul's Hofner bass there, most famous guitar in the world. You bet it is, baby. And you get a beautiful pin badge as well. So it's a gorgeous 3D pin badge saying the McCartney box on it, again showing his bass. Remember, I'm just showing you about this. I'm not showing you about Hey Jude. In case you're wondering what I'm wearing, this is what I call my Hey Jude garb. So if I was in a Hey Jude video or something like that, I'd probably wear this. I know it's not like McCartney wore at 1968 at Twickenham, but me likes it. Me likes this jacket. I think I look cool. Anyway, back to the birthday box that came out in 1990, just 5,000 of them with 6 CD singles in. So I'll show you the singles that are in it. You may have these, you may not. Anyway, I'm try and do them in chronological order. So the first single that come in the box set in a cardboard sleeve was Once Upon a Long Ago. That come out around the end of 1987 and reached number 10 in the United Kingdom. And if you was in the fan club, you usually receive letters telling you what was coming out. Now I know we did in the UK, I don't know what happened around the world, but in the UK you get letters like this from MPL, usually from Sue or Jeff Baker, or if they weren't around, somebody else, telling you what was coming out. And Once Upon a Long Ago, it was this Paul's first CD single that come out. It is also available on 2 12-inch singles which featured stuff from Paul's Russian only released album back in USSR, although if you was in a fan club you got a cent-free copy of it. So on this CD single here of Once Upon a Long Ago, you've got, so just out of interest, there's a little mini quiz for you. Once Upon a Long Ago, who plays the violin on the track? Who plays the violin on the track? And if you're really clever, where was the video filmed? Other tracks on the album don't get around much anymore. Back on My Feet. Who did Paul write Back on My Feet with? I love that track. When you brought the 7-inch single, Back on My Feet was the B-side. These other tracks on here weren't on that, just on the 12-inch. And then the other track is Kansas City. Which Beatles album was Kansas City on? So that's one of the 6 CD singles. The next CD single was the comeback single. I keep saying that. My brave, my brave, my brave face. Love the video. Love the cover. It's all great. Actually, I'll just show you the CD single of Once Upon a Long Ago in there. Now, I'm just checking that this has got the same catalogue number. It's got the same catalogue number as a CD single. All I'm guessing is EMI, Parlophone, whoever, MPL, had a lot of these singles, so they bodged, put them together and put in a beautiful box set. You didn't have to buy it, and you might have had all the singles, but you certainly hadn't got the badge, you hadn't got the box, and you hadn't got the beautiful So On patch. So My Brave Face is the second single in this. It's the same as when it was released as the single. I am talking UK. These were made in the UK, so other countries and territories. Me no know, because me is not so clever, intelligente, yeah? Capish? So on the CD single, I'm just trying to see here if I've got another one of these things telling you these MPL fan club letters. So that's the fan club letter telling us about My Brave Face when it was released. And I think I went to the Wogan show when he released it sometime around June 1989. Yeah, I know I did. Anyway, so My Brave Face was released with Flying to My Home on the B-side, one of his greatest B-sides. And it also came out on a 12-inch and cassette single, multi-formatting. So on this, you've got My Brave Face, Flying to My Home, I'm Gonna Be a Wheel Someday, and Ain't That a Shame. It's quite interesting. It says My Brave Face from the forthcoming album Flowers in the Dirt, and Ain't That a Shame from the USSR exclusive release Trouble BCCCP. Again, it's the same British catalogue number as when the original CD single came out. Next up, so we're halfway there with number 3 of the 6. This one. I actually think this one is a better single than My Brave Face, especially the video. You may be aware there's 2 videos made for this as well. Which one do you prefer? The kind of trippy one where they've got their funny clothes on, or the one where Paul and Linda are doing this? And Paul's got his funny eyes. When I say funny eyes, they're painted. And I love how Hamish and Weeks and everyone are in the video with that very kind of Indian video. And when I'm doing that, if you've seen the video, you know what I mean. If you haven't seen the video, you think I'm insane. I'm not. Watch the video anyway, because there's 2 great videos, but I prefer with the Swan and Paul and Linda doing that, where he opens up his heart. And in fact, he appeared on Top of the Pops in the UK to promote this single as well. So on this CD single, you may have this, you may have not. We've got this one, The First Stone, I Wanna Cry, and I'm in Love Again. Tell me this though. Who wrote The First Stone? Paul McCartney. And who wrote The First Stone? Paul and who? Great single. And that came out on 7-inch single. It also came out on a few 12 inches. Did it have Good Sign on? And there was a different mix as well. And also there was a 7-inch postcard set. But I'm not really talking about that, am I? I'm trying to talk about this Paul McCartney, the birthday box. An essential item on your Paul McCartney list. Do you collect? What do you collect? Put in the comments below. Do you collect singles? Do you collect albums? Do you collect multi-formats? Or what? We've all got different things that we collect, and for different reasons. Me, I collect most, but what I like to do is physically own something. Who does that? That's like my We Can Work It Out video at the end. John looks up and Paul goes, forte. Anyway, I collect most stuff, but I won't get super ripped off. But I'm looking forward to the singles box set. So this is the flyer, the release thing from MPL when it said that this one was coming out. Again from, I think it's Sue Kavanagh. Good old Sue. No, not Frida, that's a different band. So that was from Sue, and it tells you about this one on 7-inch and cassette single, 12-inch and CD single, 12-inch dance format on July the 24th, and the collector's 7-inch edition on July the 31st. This is the Piece de Resistance. This one, coupled with Paul's newest recording of his Beatles classic, The Long in Wandin Road. Ooh la la, monsieur. Okay, I'm going to stop the French accent. But that, if you haven't got the 7-inch singles collector's set, which is the piece de resistance, it includes in it, you ready for this? Drum roll. Thanks, Pete. I mean, Ringo. It's packed in a special envelope, which includes unique 6 colour postcards, Paul, Linda, and the group. I'm just trying to think, actually, if those postcards are the one that were given out on the World Tour pack as well for Flowers in the Dirt. Only a few thousand of those got manufactured. When they say a few thousand, I don't know. I don't know if it was 1,000 or 99,000. Okay, CD single number 4 out of 6. That's Put It There. A nice little ditty that apparently Paul's dad Jim used to say to him when he was little. Say, if Paul had got a problem when he was a child, don't worry, son, put it there, shake your hand, like that. So I suppose it's like an ode to his father. Beautiful picture drawn there, and if you had the 12-inch of this, you got a limited edition art print as well. I bought it all back then, cassette single, CD single. I remember I got a CD player around the time of 89, 90, and I stopped buying albums in. For example, I bought Flowers in the Dirt, I think, on cassette and CD, and I think I had it on vinyl when I bought the World Tour pack. But from then on, from like Off the Ground, never bought that on vinyl until a few years ago. So I never bought a vinyl McCartney album after Flowers in the Dirt until, good God, was it Egypt Station? I didn't buy Driving Rain on vinyl, didn't buy Flaming Pie on vinyl, Chaos and Creation, Memory Almost Full, all of those at Paulie's Live, just got them on CD. You couldn't play vinyl in the car. And I hadn't got a cassette player in the car, so it wasn't worth me buying a cassette. How we move on? I started buying vinyl. Then when I got a Walkman, I got cassettes. Because that's why I had Flowers in the Dirt on cassette. When you go on holiday, you could have your Walkman on. Remember Walkmans? Dino digresses. If you just joined, where have you been? This is me talking about collecting Paul McCartney, and I'm talking about the Paul McCartney birthday box. Come out in 1990 with 6 CD singles on. I also have a Paul McCartney Facebook page called Coming Up the World of Paul McCartney, so come and join it. I like people posting stuff. I post stuff. We find out new stuff all the time, what's happened before, what's going on, and seeing photos. And I do live Facebook quizzes, so join me on Coming Up. I'll put it on the screen down here. Is it there? Probably not, but it will be in this video. So Put It There is the 4th CD single here. Just to recap, so I was, no, I'll carry on. This is all live, it's totally unscripted, as you can tell. So Put It There is coupled with Mama's Little Girl and Same Time Next Year, which were very, very old tracks that Paul had done to be released by Wings, but they never actually got released. Most of these tracks now have all been released in some format. I do like the picture. I think Paul drew it. Did Paul draw that? Looks very French, doesn't it? I don't know why I always look at that and think, oh la la, pièce de résistance. Next CD single, this is now number 5 of 6, Birthday. So Paul had done his incredibly successful world tour, kicked off in, see, this is why you shouldn't do it live, you haven't made notes. Did he kick off in Gothenburg, was it Norway? Oh, was it Denmark? I don't know, but before he kicked off, I got invited to the World Dress Tour rehearsal, and apparently some people recorded it on cassette, didn't they? Jason? Not me. Well, maybe. Did I record a 1993 one? Anyway, I went to see the World Tour dress rehearsal before he kicked off. Paul played around the world. He went most places around the world. I know he didn't go to every country. Did he go to Australia or Japan? He went to Japan, definitely went to America, around Europe. I don't know if he went to Australia. I don't think he went to Australia. I think that wasn't until the 1993 New World Tour. Brilliant title, that, New World Tour. What was I saying? He finished his tour at World Tour at Liverpool, but he did one gig after, which was Nebworth. So Paul played Liverpool, I think, on the TST, which I went to at the end of the tour, but then he came on at the end and played Nebworth. What a show that was. So on here you've got Birthday, which is live from Nebworth, and you've also got PS Love Me Do. I don't like to say I don't like something much, but it's dreadful. You might like it. P.S. I Love You is a great song. Love Me Do is a brilliant song. Paul putting them together because he owned the rights to those Beatles songs. I don't think he owns rights to any others, does he? Just Love Me Do and P.S. I Love You. That's why he recorded them, but I don't like it. But anyway, that track there, P.S. Love Me Do, is recorded at the Maracanã Stadium in Rio, back in Brazil, on April the 21st, 1990. Was you there? The Brazilians go crazy. I know they go crazy around the world. Brazilian people seem to go especially crazy in South America, don't they? And at the time, I know it was the biggest concert in the world. It was. I know subsequently it's been topped and beaten. I know in 2003 I saw him at the Colosseum in Rome. I think there was 500,000. I didn't count them. I'm just going, but I think the mayor of Rome said that's what it was. I don't know how he counted them. Anyway, so it's got that, and it's got Let 'Em In from the Tokyo Dome. So yeah, that answers my question. Paul did play in Japan. Birthday from Nebworth, Love Me Do from Brazil, and Let 'Em In from the Tokyo Dome. Simple question. What album is Let 'Em In originally on? Quite simple, isn't it? Tell you what, what's the catalogue number for Love Me Do, the Beatles single? Birthday. What album is that on? Beatles album that is. So anyway, there we go. That's Birthday. It's 5 of the 6. Now we're on to the final CD single in there, and that's All My Trials. When this was released, this came out on 2 CD singles. There was a black one and a white sleeve. And the video it was made, I think, was awful. It was around the time in the United Kingdom when there was almost a lot of depression. A lot of people hadn't got money. Sounds like now, doesn't it? But I thought the video was okay. It was very apt for the times, but it's not something that will be shown on telly a lot. It's very depressing. I'm not being funny. People don't want to get depressed at Christmas, do they? Want something joyous. I mean, Paul had released Wonderful Christmas Time, 11 years before. It's not the greatest Christmas song, but it's a great, happy pop sing-along, isn't it? That's what you want at Christmas. You don't want to be dragged down with the burden of life and seeing other people unhappy. I don't think you do either. So I love the track All My Trials. It's recorded, it's not written on here, but I'm sure I read that it's recorded live in Milan. I don't think Paul did this at the UK concerts. I know Elvis used to do it, and a lot of people have done it, but I think Elvis did the definitive version, shall we say. So on here you've got All My Trials, Sea Moon, which I don't know if Sea Moon on here is from, I guess it must be from the let's have a look. The Trippin' Live Fantastic album, because around that time as well, Paul did a promo video, didn't he? Called Put It There, and he's rehearsing Sea Moon. But I believe that's the live version. I don't know. But the best thing about this, if you haven't got this CD single, which is available on 7-inch, but not with this last bit on, Strawberry Fields Forever, Help and Give Peace a Chance, recorded live in Liverpool. I believe it was June the 28th, 1990, in the Docks of the Mersey. Oh my God. Possibly my second ever greatest show after the Colosseum. So anyway, that's All My Trials. That's all 6 CD singles. With this track, All My Trials, if you bought, I have got the vinyls these, but it's easy to hold the CDs. If you bought Trippin' the Live Fantastic, which is a great album, I'll just show you inside. If you haven't got it, I think it's Paul's best live album after Wings Over America. I don't like Paulie's live. This is just brilliant. It was such an exciting time. It's got pictures inside, and it tells you where the picture was taken on what date. There's Wembley. There's various ones in America. Some brilliant photos bring back great memories. But with All My Trials, even though it's live, it's not on Trippin' the Live Fantastic. It's on Trippin' the Live Fantastic Highlights. That's very clever, isn't it? Issue a new song for Christmas, issue the highlights, and so if you want that, you have to get that. But on the highlights, you have not got, you still with me? You haven't got Strawberry Fields Forever, Help and Give Peace a Chance. So you need to have this CD single if you want to own it physically, because I do not believe it's on anything else. No doubt fans will say, yes, it is, Dino. What do you know? You know nothing. You sit there with your pink jacket and your collarless blue top thinking you look cool. But I do. And I don't think those 3 tracks are on anything else. Usually I get something wrong, but hey, I'm only human. So that's all the 6 CD singles. And just going back to that, just got some facts here. Once Upon a Longer, I'm talking UK chart releases, that got to number 10 and was the last top 10 single by Paul McCartney, United Kingdom. I'm not counting charity songs or guest appearances. I'm talking solo Paul McCartney. It was the last top 10 single we had. If I'm wrong on that, then I'll eat my hat. Oh, I'm not wearing one today. My Brave Face, UK chart position number 18. This one, believe it or not, that got to number 18 as well. Paul could crack the top 20 back then, but he couldn't crack the top 10. Put It There, went in at number 32. It didn't go in at number 32, it reached number 32. Birthday actually got higher than Put It There. The reason I put this down is, if you had Flowers in the Dirt album, you had Put It There. But if you had the Flowers in the Dirt album, you hadn't got birthday, had you? Plus, it's got these bonus tracks on it, as I say, which were Good Day, Sunshine, P.S. Love Me Do, and Let Me In, which weren't available on anything else. So birthday got to 29, and then you've got Oh My Trials, Love, which didn't do very well. It got to number 35. I said the sentiment's nice, but I think the video really kind of destroyed the chance of it doing very, very good in the charts, because it's a depressing video. I'm going to wrap up now. I hope you enjoyed that. My name is Dino Veshera. I'm a big Paul McCartney fan. I have a Paul McCartney face page book called Coming Up, The World of Paul McCartney and the Beatles. So come and join that. Any comments you got, please leave on, and thank you for watching. So that's the birthday box. And what this video is about is collecting Paul McCartney. I've been collecting him probably on and off since 1980. I'm still catching up with stuff on this. And behind me there's various things. I mean, he says, twisting around me, up there is one of Linda McCartney's fantastic diary calendar books. There's quite a few of them, so I recommend collecting them. These are box sets of various sessions. You've got the Beatles Christmas box set, Rock Show, Pure, New, the collector's edition. I will talk about these at later dates. And behind me, at some of the archive editions. So that's it. Thanks very much for watching. Catch you again. Be good. See you soon, and ciao.